The headache began 6 months before Christmas, an excruciating pain that felt as though my skull was being crushed from the inside. I would collapse mid-sentence, vomiting from the intensity, unable to see straight for hours afterward. Stress headaches, my father said dismissively. Dr. Robert Hayes, family physician with his own practice, too busy being the family's medical authority to actually examine me. Dad, I'm losing vision in my left eye. The pain is worsening. You're 27 years old. Natalie, take some Edran and stop complaining. He didn't look up from his tablet while reviewing patient charts for his practice. My stepmother Diane immediately agreed. Your father's a doctor, honey. Vi chimed in. It's stress. It's stress. You've always been anxious. My half-sister Amber rolled her eyes from across the living room. Nat always has some dramatic health crisis whenever we plan something fun. Remember her stomach issues during my graduation? I was in the year that night. Sure you were, Amber said, returning to her phone. After collapsing at work for the 3rd time, my boss drove me to the emergency room. The MRI revealed the source of the pain, a massive brain tumor pressing against my optic nerve and brainstem, life-threatening and requiring immediate surgery. Dr. Elizabeth Morrison, chief of neurosurgery at St. Andrew's Medical Center, showed me the scan with grave concern. Natalie, this is a large acoustic neuroma. It's compressing critical structures. We need to operate within the week, Christmas week. This can't wait. My father, a doctor, had dismissed it as stress. Dr. Morrison's expression changed. Your father is Dr. Robert Hayes. He has a family practice downtown. Has he seen your symptoms? Multiple times. The headaches, vision loss, balance problems. He said I was being dramatic. A flicker of professional outrage crossed her face. Natalie, this tumor is large enough to be fatal if it ruptures or continues growing. Any physician seeing these symptoms should have ordered imaging immediately. He said I was wasting healthcare resources. You need brain surgery, she said firmly, scheduling emergency surgery for December 23rd. You'll need family support during recovery. I thought of my father's annual Christmas Eve party, always prioritized above everything else. I'll manage, I said quietly, knowing my family's reaction would be predictable. December 23rd. My father's voice was sharp. That's 2 days before Christmas Eve. Our party is that night. Everyone's expecting you to help host. Dad, it's brain surgery. Dr. Morrison said it's life-threatening. I looked up acoustic neuromas. Slow-growing, benign tumors. Surely it could wait. It can't wait. I'm a physician, Natalie. I think I can assess medical urgency better than some surgeon trying to squeeze a schedule before the holiday bonus deadline. Diane nodded. The party is planned. Invitations are sent. Your father's colleagues are coming. Can't you reschedule for January? The tumor is pressing on my brainstem. Stop being dramatic, Amber interrupted. God, Nat, you always make everything about you. It's Christmas. Can you not ruin it? My father's tone was final. We'll discuss this after Christmas. You're not having surgery during our party weekend. That's final. I'm 27. I don't need permission. You need a ride, post-op care, family support, he said coldly. Refuse and you get none. Your choice. That night, I called Dr. Morrison from my apartment. They're refusing to support the surgery, I said, voice shaking. My father says it can wait until January. It cannot. The tumor could cause a stroke or fatal brain herniation. She paused. Natalie, your father is a licensed physician. Ignoring a clear neurological emergency is medical neglect. More concerning, if he dismisses obvious symptoms in his daughter, how is he treating patients? I'm chief of neurosurgery and medicine at St. Andrew's and on the state medical licensing board. Your father's practice has had 3 malpractice complaints in the last 2 years, all from female patients claiming their symptoms were dismissed as anxiety or attention-seeking. Your case may establish a pattern. My stomach dropped. What are you saying? Come to the surgery. Let me save your life. The rest will follow. December 23rd arrived. My best friend Kayla drove me to the hospital at 5 a.m. My family's texts were all about party preparations, not a single one asking about my surgery. The pre-op room was freezing. Nurses shaved part of my head and marked the incision site. Dr. Morrison came by with her team. Family not here? She asked gently, clearly knowing the answer. They have a party to prepare for. Her jaw tightened. Natalie, your family's behavior is unconscionable, but you're not alone. My entire team is here. The anesthesiologist began sedation. The last thing I heard was Dr. Morrison saying, "We've got you. You're going to be fine." 8 hours later, I woke in the ICU with a bandaged head and crushing pain, but alive. The tumor was gone. Kayla cried with relief. "You made it." Surgery was complex, but they removed everything. "Hi, family," she said, expression darkening. My dad had posted photos on Facebook from party prep, getting ready for the best Christmas Eve celebration yet with the family that matters. I was in the ICU recovering from emergency brain surgery alone. That evening, I could hear music and laughter from somewhere in the hospital, the staff Christmas party 2 floors down. My father's annual party would be in full swing across town, relatives drinking champagne, colleagues networking, celebrating while I lay in a hospital bed with a hole in my skull. My phone buzzed with a text from Amber. "Party's amazing. Too bad you're missing it. Dad said you had a minor procedure and you're totally fine." I stared at the message, feeling cold clarity replace anger. My hospital room door opened. Dr. Morrison entered, not alone. Behind her stood a man in an expensive suit and a woman carrying a tablet. "Natalie, this is David Chin." Hospital legal counsel and Dr. Patricia Williams from the State Medical Licensing Board were present. Dr. Morrison's voice was professionally neutral. "They'd like to speak with you about your father's response to your diagnosis, if you're feeling up to it." I told them everything. The 6 months of dismissed symptoms, my father's refusal to order imaging despite clear neurological signs, his insistence that I delay life-threatening surgery for a Christmas party, and his threat to withdraw all support if I didn't comply. Dr. Williams recorded every word, her expression growing grimmer with each detail. "Your father told relatives you had a minor procedure," she asked. "He texted my aunt, saying I was having a routine outpatient thing and would be at the party later. I had an 8-hour craniotomy to remove a life-threatening brain tumor." Dr. Williams said flatly, "That's not routine. That's not outpatient. That's emergency neurosurgery." "He claimed you're exaggerating to fill your surgery schedule," David Chin interjected, accusing Dr. Morrison of professional defamation. Dr. Morrison pulled up her tablet. "I need to show you something. Natalie, your father's Christmas party at your family home." "Yes. Why?" I asked. "Because St. Andrew's Hospital is hosting our annual staff Christmas celebration tonight. Same time," she explained, turning the tablet toward me. "Your father invited several medical colleagues, including Dr. James Peterson, who is presenting an award at our hospital event. He's been telling people at his party that his daughter is making a fuss about headaches to avoid family obligations, repeating your father's narrative that you're attention-seeking and dramatic." Dr. Williams leaned forward. "Natalie, what Dr. Peterson doesn't know is that Dr. Morrison performed emergency brain surgery on you today. Would you consent to us correcting that misinformation publicly?" Understanding dawned. I realized they wanted to tell the truth to expose medical negligence potentially affecting my father's patients. I thought of his party, the lies, the relatives who believed him, and the family who had abandoned me. "Do it," I said. "Tell them everything." What happened next at the hospital Christmas party became legend in the local medical community. Dr. Morrison entered the event center at 9 p.m., still in surgical scrubs, and approached the microphone during the awards ceremony, interrupting Dr. Peterson mid-speech about young people's declining work ethic. "I apologize for the interruption," her voice carried clearly. "I'm Dr. Elizabeth Morrison, Chief of Medicine. I need to address dangerous misinformation being spread at this event." The room fell silent. Dr. James Peterson has been telling colleagues that a young woman is faking headaches for attention and refusing family Christmas because she's dramatic. That woman is Natalie Hayes. I performed an 8-hour emergency craniotomy on her this morning. She had a large acoustic neuroma, compressing her brainstem and optic nerve. Without surgery, she would have likely died within weeks. This was not elective. This was not dramatic. This was life-saving emergency neurosurgery. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Natalie's father, Dr. Robert Hayes, is a licensed family physician. He saw her symptoms for 6 months. Severe headaches, vision loss, balance problems, and told her she was being dramatic. He refused imaging. When I diagnosed a brain tumor and scheduled emergency surgery, he demanded she delay it until after his Christmas party. Shocked whispers erupted. He told family and colleagues, including Dr. Peterson, that his daughter was attention-seeking and undergoing a minor outpatient procedure. He is currently hosting a Christmas party while she recovers alone in the hospital. This is medical negligence. More critically, Dr. Hayes has 3 pending malpractice complaints from female patients claiming he dismissed their symptoms as anxiety. Natalie's case establishes a clear pattern. Dr. Peterson stood abruptly. "Elizabeth, I had no idea." I repeated his lies without question. I publicly defamed a brain surgery patient as dramatic. Dr. Morrison looked directly at him. "The medical board will review your role in spreading misinformation as well." Dr. Williams stepped forward. "I'm Dr. Patricia Williams from the State Medical Licensing Board. Effective immediately, Dr. Robert Hayes is under investigation for medical negligence, patient endangerment, and failure to meet the standard of care. His license is suspended pending review." The room was silent. "This investigation began tonight because of Dr. Morrison's report," Dr. Williams continued, "but we've uncovered additional complaints. Dr. Hayes has a documented pattern of dismissing female patients' neurological and pain-related symptoms. 3 women suffered delayed diagnosis because he dismissed them as anxious or exaggerating. 1 died from an undiagnosed brain aneurysm 6 months after he dismissed her severe headaches. Another developed permanent disability from an untreated autoimmune condition he labeled as attention-seeking. A 3rd required emergency surgery for appendicitis after he claimed her abdominal pain was menstrual cramps. Natalie Hayes nearly became the 4th preventable tragedy. Her case breaks the pattern. The board meeting begins at midnight to review Dr. Hayes' license. His practice will be audited, and every patient complaint re-examined. We protect patients, even from colleagues, even at Christmas. Medical negligence doesn't take holidays. My phone started ringing at 9:47 p.m. First my father, then Diane, then Amber, then relatives I hadn't heard from in years. Kayla scrolled through her phone. "It's everywhere," she said. Someone had live-streamed Dr. Morrison's speech spread rapidly. The hospital hashtag began trending. Headlines followed within hours. Local doctor under investigation after daughter's emergency brain surgery. Christmas party interrupted by medical negligence allegations. My father's voicemail was filled with rage. "You vindictive little, my career is destroyed. Christmas is ruined." Diane texted, "You've humiliated this family." Amber added, "Dad's crying. You ruined everything over a few headaches." I blocked them all. During rounds, Dr. Morrison stopped by. "How are you feeling?" Like my family's lies finally caught up with them. She smiled faintly. That's a healthy response. She checked my vitals and updated me. The board moved quickly. "Your father's practice is shut down. His patients are being reassigned. The investigation found serious deficiencies in his care. Will he lose his license?" "Most likely. The evidence is strong." She looked at me gently. "You saved lives tonight, Natalie. By telling the truth, you exposed a dangerous physician. Others won't suffer the way you did." That night, the medical board met until 3 a.m. on Christmas morning. Dr. Robert Hayes' medical license was suspended, and his practice officially closed. 2 more patients came forward after seeing the news. I spent Christmas Day in the hospital. Kayla brought food. The nurses decorated my room. Dr. Morrison brought coffee and warmth. My phone stayed silent. No calls, no apologies. Just one message from a cousin: "You destroyed your father's career. The whole family is ashamed. Hope it was worth it." I deleted it. 3 days later, Dr. Morrison discharged me. "You're healing well," she said. "The surgery was a success. Your future looks bright." "Thank you," I said quietly, "for believing me." "That's what real doctors do," she replied. "We fight for our patients, even against our own colleagues." The investigation lasted 4 months. The board uncovered 8 years of neglect. My father had dismissed women's symptoms, refused testing, and accused patients of seeking attention. 11 women came forward. His license was permanently revoked. His reputation collapsed. The family of a woman who died from a misdiagnosis sued him. The settlement bankrupted him. Amber sent one final message. Dad lost everything because of you. I could live with that, because I was alive. The tumor was gone. My vision had improved. I had a new job, a new home, and people who cared about me. 6 months later, Dr. Morrison invited me to speak at a medical ethics conference. Your case changed how hospitals handle complaints, she said. You made a real difference. On stage, I told my story. My father was a doctor. He ignored my brain tumor because it interfered with his Christmas party. That's not just family neglect, it's a public danger. The audience stood and applauded. Afterward, a young woman approached me in tears. My father's a doctor too. He says my pain is all in my head. But now I know I can find someone who believes me. Do it. I told her. Your health matters more than his pride. 1 year later, I was thriving, tumor-free, working as a patient advocate, dating someone kind. My father's career was over. He had lost everything. Diane divorced him. Amber stopped speaking to him. Then his email arrived. You destroyed my life and career, all because I didn't take your headaches seriously. I stared at it, then typed back. You ignored a brain tumor. Your patients and your daughter deserve better. I hit send and never looked back, because I had learned something essential. Survival sometimes means exposing the people who were supposed to protect you. Dr. Morrison was right to report him. The board was right to act. And my life, my healing, was worth everything I lost. My brain had healed. And finally, so had I. Morrison discharged me. You're healing well, she said. The surgery was a success. Your future looks bright. Thank you, I said quietly, for believing me. That's what real doctors do, she replied. We fight for our patients, even against our own colleagues. The investigation lasted 4 months. The board uncovered 8 years of neglect. My father had dismissed women's symptoms, refused testing, and accused patients of seeking attention. 11 women came forward. His license was permanently revoked. His reputation collapsed. The family of a woman who died from a misdiagnosis sued him. The settlement bankrupted him. Amber sent one final message. Dad lost everything because of you. I could live with that, because I was alive. The tumor was gone. My vision had improved. I had a new job, a new home, and people who cared about me. 6 months later, Dr. Morrison invited me to speak at a medical ethics conference. Your case changed how hospitals handle complaints, she said. You made a real difference. On stage, I told my story. My father was a doctor. He ignored my brain tumor because it interfered with his Christmas party. That's not just family neglect, it's a public danger. The audience stood and applauded. Afterward, a young woman approached me in tears. My father's a doctor too. He says my pain is all in my head. But now I know I can find someone who believes me. Do it. I told her. Your health matters more than his pride. 1 year later, I was thriving, tumor-free, working as a patient advocate, dating someone kind. My father's career was over. He had lost everything. Diane divorced him. Amber stopped speaking to him. Then his email arrived. You destroyed my life and career, all because I didn't take your headaches seriously. I stared at it, then typed back. You ignored a brain tumor. Your patients and your daughter deserve better. I hit send and never looked back, because I had learned something essential. Survival sometimes means exposing the people who were supposed to protect you. Dr. Morrison was right to report him. The board was right to act. And my life, my healing, was worth everything I lost. My brain had healed. And finally, so had I.